Good afternoon. I'm Andy, and Nick's driving, and I'd love to talk to you about our plan. But before I do, a little bit of background. You may know, but 44 days ago, something big happened here. The retail distribution review went live. And it's really changing the way advisors get paid and how they communicate how they get paid to their investors. Our research tells us very strongly with this and with the advance of technology that investors are really starting to question how they invest in going forward. They're looking to take back control of how they invest. And what we're finding is there are already propositions out there that allow you to buy and sell and switch your investments, but very little to help you invest. And this is where our plan comes in. Our plan was started 2 years ago to revolutionize how people get the information that helps them invest. And right now we're working with 3 of the top 10 UK fund managers to power their direct propositions. And the tool we want to run you through today answers 2 very important questions. I'm an investor. How do I find the right investments to make? But more importantly, how do I make sure they stay right? Well, let's see how this works. A case study. Nick, and this is about to become a dad. So in the next 96 hours, Nick will be a dad. He may run off stage halfway through, so please bear with me if he does and answers his telephone. But let's say and run through how this works and looking at the screen. Nick is about to set up, let's say for his son, a university plan. He has used already another tool we have on our plan to calculate, let's say in 18 years' time, how much is it going to cost for the tuition fees for his son. And he's come up to a figure of about £70,000. So how is he going to go and make this goal happen? The first question he's going to have is about risk. How is he happy taking more risk or less risk? How comfortable is he? Well, let's say for this example here, he's going to stay with a medium risk. 18 years is some time, but it is his children's education. Is he going to put any money in up front? And what you can see here is our plan going through and tell you the monthly contribution you need to make to go and make that goal happen. But it's what happens next. How is he going to choose the investments to match the goal? Well, here's an important point. Another big, strong message from our research. Investors are not necessarily that happy of giving all their money just to one party to manage. So how do we achieve this diversification of their investment portfolio through a simple process? Well, let's see how this works. The next screen that Nick has here is 2 clear options. He could choose, I know what I'm doing, and he can go through selecting funds through each step of the process. Our plan will help him with the risk and how he's building up the asset allocation. For this example, he's going to say, I need help. And what our plan has done here is given a medium risk portfolio. And what this does here and how it constructs is actually quite clever. It's a portfolio constructed, some of them hybrid, we call it a hybrid. Some of these asset allocations are passive and some of them are active. But the important thing is, as the experts have put this together, it's only a start point. So what you're going to see here is Nick click Customize. And here he has on the right-hand side the 13 funds he can use and invest in. But look what happens. Let's say Nick likes Asian funds. He wants to invest more in Asia. You can see him play with the Asian graph, and automatically the feedback is, you're getting more risky in your investments. Are you sure you want to do this? Well, let's say then he says, I'll stay with what our plan recommended there. He could now go and buy that. Invest it using a debit card through a simple online process. But let's not for the moment. Let's do a save for later. Let's have a look at the other investment portfolios that Nick has created. And what you can see very clearly laid out is the cost, risk, and performance of each one of those portfolios. But as you can see here, against the IFA portfolio, we've got some alerts. Let's click on the alerts and see what it says. 2 things. You can see on the top right, there's a warning against one of the funds. And what that's saying is that fund has fallen in the bottom quartile of its sector. Worth having a look at. Worth doing something. And on the left-hand side, you can see this portfolio has performed very badly against its benchmark. And the benchmark, a very important point here, the benchmark can be anything from RPI to the average of the saving rates out there, or to the house price index, some very real-world benchmarks, as well as the goal that you may have created in that earlier set of screens. So here we can see this portfolio hasn't even beaten CPI on this. What's also very important is Nick could have elected to receive an email on a monthly basis, just saying, look, one of your portfolios needs attention, worth having a look at. So what you've got here is a very simple process that Nick has gone through to create an investment portfolio. And if I can summarize here, we have gone through a process of saying Nick has a need, we've created an investment portfolio, and we've created the ability to track it going forward, all for the same price as 2 minutes of an advisor's time per month, namely £5 a month. A very different charging model, and a very different way of approaching not just getting your investments right, but making sure they stay right going forward. This tool that we're launching will go live in March, and we're betaing it in February. But we have a wealth of other tools on the rPlan platform as well to have a look at. Thank you.